Hey everyone, my name is Evan Thomas, and in today's video you're going to learn everything you need to know about the Moza Mini gimbal for your smartphone. We're going to unbox it, set it up, go through some specs, balance it, review it, and anything else you need so you can get up and shooting in no time. The Moza Mini is in the same category as the DJI Osmo and the Zhiyun Smooth 4, and it's about the same price as well. All three are small, compact, affordable, which makes them great for traveling as they can fit in almost any size bag. But there are some features that set these apart, and I'll discuss them here in a minute. The Moza Mini will work with pretty much any smartphone, including the Samsung Galaxy and iPhones 6 through 10. I have the 10, so that's what we'll be testing with today. So let's open it up and see what's inside. The first thing you'll notice is this small, sturdy travel case to protect the device. And I always say it's very important to keep your gimbals in some hard shell case like this because the brushless motors can get damaged pretty easily. They're very sensitive and highly specialized motors. So if you don't take care of them properly, they can get damaged. So it's really great that this gimbal comes with this. Let's open up the case and see what's inside. Inside is the gimbal. A microfiber cleaning cloth, which I love when brands include these because I can never get enough of them. Charging cable. And finally, a tripod, which is an absolute lifesaver for getting your gimbal set up and to use it while you're shooting. This one feels a little bit plasticky, but on the other hand, it seems pretty sturdy. It will get the job done, and I guess it's great that it's light for traveling. So let's get it set up. Step one is to attach the tripod. It's a 1/4 inch screw at the bottom, just like that. And that way we can easily set the tripod on a table or on any surface while we're balancing it. Step two is to get your cell phone and attach it. And step three is to balance it. So right now you can see that it's not balanced because when I have the camera in the shooting position and I let go, it's turning over. So to balance it, we're just going to unscrew this screw here. And because the camera is falling to this direction, I'm going to push the gimbal this way to try to center the gravity over this motor. So I pushed it over a little more. It's still tilting. I need to go a little bit more. There you go. See how it's completely staying in the middle now? That's properly balanced. So now I'm going to tighten the screw and we can turn on the gimbal. It's important to balance it because if it's not balanced, the motor might overheat, the gimbal won't be as stabilized, you'll get some shaky footage, and it's just generally better for the battery life of the gimbal because the motors don't have to work as hard to balance it. So to turn on the gimbal, we just press and hold the power button here, and it comes to life. If you haven't already downloaded the iOS app, it's called Moza Genie. You need to download it in App Store now, and you can scan this QR code with your iPhone to do that. If you have an Android, just open up Google Play Store and search for Moza Genie. So one cool thing about this gimbal, which the other competitors don't offer, is wireless charging. So to turn on the wireless charging, I just double tap the power button, and my phone will begin to wirelessly charge. This is a great feature that I think especially important when you're out in the field running around shooting. You don't have to worry about plugging your phone in and out. The gimbal can charge it. And there's also a little charging port down here at the bottom that you can connect a battery pack to. So imagine you have a battery pack, you're feeding it into here, which is charging the gimbal, and it's also wirelessly charging your cell phone. The power levels are here on the left side of the control panel. A blue solid light at the top means you have between 70 and 100% battery, which is good. A flashing blue light means it's probably time to charge. I'm just gonna get this out of the way. The Moza Mini has 8 operating modes, which is 4 more than the Zhiyun and the DJI Osmo. I don't know if that's necessarily a better thing though, because with so many modes, it can get quite confusing flipping between all of them, especially if you're in a hurry and you're under stress while traveling or while shooting something for a project. But I'm gonna go through a few of the modes now and let's check them out. To flip through all of the different modes, you double tap or triple tap the left scroll wheel. So if there's a light, if I double press the left scroll wheel, I'll get into yaw focus. So right now I'm in lock mode or free mode as it's called with some other gimbals. So if I pitch down, if I yaw to the right and left, If I roll, you can see that the camera is not moving at all. So if I want to turn on yaw follow, I double tap the left button. Now if I yaw to the right or to the left or pan to the right and to the left, the camera and the gimbal is following. If I double tap it again, yaw follow rather is off, and you can see we're back in lock or free mode. If I triple tap the left button, now I'm in pitch follow. So if I go down, the camera is pitching down. If I go up, the camera is pitching up. If I want to be in yaw follow and pitch follow, I'll just double tap. So now I have pitch follow and yaw follow turned on. So when I yaw to the right, yaw to the left, pitch down, pitch up, the camera follows. If I want to turn on roll follow, I simply long press the left button. And now roll follow is on. So this can give you a Dutch angle, if you're familiar with that shooting technique. I don't usually ever have this on. Usually the only mode I shoot in is in yaw follow. Before I go any further, I'd just like to ask a favor from you guys. If you're enjoying this video, please click subscribe, like the video, and if you have any questions at all, please leave it in the comment section below. I get back to every single question left on my YouTube channel within 48 hours, so please leave me a question. The manual says that if you triple press the top button on the scroll wheel, you enter into inception mode, which is supposedly some sort of crazy Dutch angle. Personally, I can't figure out what it does. I'm gonna triple tap this top button and show you. So the gimbal just sort of goes up, and I don't know what this mode is. The joystick doesn't react to this mode. I don't know. I'm just gonna exit it, and if you know what it is, please leave a comment below and let me know. So one thing that's great about this gimbal is that you have a joystick, and you can use the joystick to move around the camera. Should be no surprise. If you want to return to the center, you just double tap the bottom button, and the gimbal returns to center. Now I'm going to open up the Moza Genie app so I can control the phone with the gimbal buttons. So first thing you'll need to do is turn on your Bluetooth for your phone, and then just click the button in the bottom left corner to connect. Select the gimbal, and now it should be connected. Your phone and now your gimbal and phone should be connected. So to control the phone through the gimbal, you can press this center button to start recording video. And I can control the zoom by scrolling with the wheel. That's a pretty nice feature. If I want to review footage, I just tap once the right button of the scroll wheel. And if I want to go back, I just tap it again. And now I want to show you guys a feature called object tracking. So to get there, you just tap this button that's in the lower left-hand corner, the third one from the left. And now once I tap that, I can just draw a square around whatever I want to track. And now when I move the gimbal should automatically follow the object. And it's a little bit buggy, as you can see. It's not perfect. And I'm not even really going that fast, but it is a pretty cool feature. And you can see how it's bugging out now. So looks like there needs to be some work to be done. Let me try it again. Now it's really freaking out. And I'm not doing anything. So object tracking probably has some work to be done. Let me turn that off. Let's try it one more time. I'm gonna go in the kitchen now and just try to track something else and see if that works. Okay, so let's try to track this piece of fruit. I'm gonna draw a circle, the square around it. And now when I walk, it does a pretty good job tracking it. I'm happy with the results, actually. It's pretty cool. I still think it has a little bit of development to be done in the app, but it's a pretty cool feature. I'm going to turn the tracking off and go back to the table. I think this app is pretty robust. If I tap the top right, I can get all these different settings. I can change the video modes. I can go into smart modes and professional mode. I can change the frames. I don't want to mess around with it too much. I can change the quality. I'm going to just go back to the setting, to the main screen here. You can also do these various different professional modes. You can reset. You can do live streaming. You can do sound meter on, you can do filters, turn on a grid, flash, anti-shake, frame rate, professional mode, resolution, etc. This thing also features panorama and time lapses, and it can also do a vertigo shot because you can use the scroll wheel. One thing I get asked a lot is if I can use these various smartphone gimbals with ProCam and the native camera in the phone or some other apps. So let's just check it out and try. I'm going to swipe out of here, and I'm going to press the center button and see if it does anything. Doesn't look like it's controlling the native video. Let me try ProCam. Again, I'm pushing, and it does not look like the gimbal is supporting any other app besides the Moza Genie app. And that could be a negative thing about this gimbal for people that like to shoot in either the native camera or an app like ProCam. This gimbal is pretty great. A lot of people have messaged me and asked me to compare it to the Zhiyun Smooth. So here's a comparison on the screen of some of the stats. As you can see, they're both around the same price. The Moza Mini is a little bit cheaper depending on where you live. The Moza can support up to 300 grams. There's 8 operation modes, as I said earlier. There's Inception mode, which I don't think is anything special, and frankly, I don't know how to use it. The wireless phone charging is very cool, though, I must say. The wireless phone charging is something that I wish all of the other smartphone gimbals had, and they don't. So that really, to me, makes the Moza Mini stand out. And on the screen now are some more detailed specs. One other thing I really like about this gimbal is that it has a standby mode. So instead of having to turn off the gimbal every time you're not using it, you can just click the power button one time and enter standby mode, which saves battery and time, really, because if you're out running around and you don't need the gimbal momentarily, just enter standby instead of shutting the whole thing down and then rebooting it when you need it. Simply just tap again the power button and it turns back on and out of standby mode. If you really do need to shut it down, just press and hold the power button. One other thing that I think sets this gimbal apart is that it has various accessory screws. So in the top here, you have a screw hole if you wanted to put like a little mini microphone or a light. There's one on the bottom here. There's one here, of course, where the tripod is now, and there's one here. So I think that is another thing that makes it stand out. Really, the wireless charging and the accessory screw holes are something that the other gimbals don't have, which I think is cool. It does feel a little bit plasticky and light, so it does kind of give me that like more cheap feel compared to, say, the DJI Osmo. However, it is cheaper, much cheaper than the DJI Osmo. I think that if you're looking for your first smartphone gimbal and you've never really used one before, you just need something really cheap and something you might not mind damaging because it's your first time trying one. It is very user-friendly, easy to launch. You can get it set up in minutes, and it's great for traveling. So I would recommend it if you're a first-time gimbal user and you're just looking for a little bit of production value in your videos. As I mentioned earlier, if you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comment section. If you want to see more tutorials and reviews like this one, click subscribe, and please click the like button on this video if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.